Hey guys, I'm Puppet. I love wrestling and watch it all the time. Here I am. We're just hours away from Women's Evolution. Want to do things a little bit differently this week. I know I've been sort of missing in action. Haven't been doing my weekly videos as often as I want. But today, we're going to flip the script. Sort of how WWE's been flipping the script recently, which I want to get into. So I'm not going to do my normal show. I'm not going to do, breaking down each match, what didn't suck, what's a snacky cake, etc. and so forth. Let's just have a chat. How does that sound? First and foremost, guys, of course, we have to talk about Roman Reigns. The seriously unfortunate news that his leukemia has recurred. He needs to take time off to take care of that. I don't really have much to say beyond, obviously, I wish Roman Reigns the very, very best. I hope he can return to the ring. But more so, I hope that he can get healthy again and live a happy and fulfilling life, whether that be in the ring or outside of the ring. It doesn't matter to me, I just want the man healthy. Speaking as a cancer survivor, a two-time cancer survivor, I've had cancer twice, I have no greater fear than my cancer returning. So, for Roman to go out there after getting that news and to deliver that promo, if you want to call it a promo, but to hold it together enough to do that, that's very, very brave. I know what that feels like, to have a doctor say, you have cancer. I've felt that twice. It doesn't feel good. I can't imagine what it's like to hear that it's back after such a long time. So again, I hope Roman can come back to the ring. If not, I hope he gets healthy. I wish him nothing but the best. I'm sure that's what everyone's feeling. But then, of course, guys, we have to talk about that main event on Raw. What a main event that was, guys. Snacky Cake Supreme. What a great match. Great main event for a Raw on such an evening. And then, guys, that... Oh, my goodness, guys, that Dean Ambrose heel turn. Oh, my God. I know that this was sort of a thing of much debate here on the internet, guys, but that was a masterstroke. I loved that heel turn on that night specifically. There was no better time to do it. The crowd was stunned. When's the last time you saw a wrestling audience stunned into silence? I'm not talking about like a Jack Swagger match where no one's making noise because Jack Swagger. I'm talking about stunned into silence. Mouths agape. Guys, that was the best. That was the best. It makes sense. There was no better time to do it, guys. I mean, listen, look. I saw some people say it's insensitive to Roman. No, it's not. It is not insensitive. Listen. People get sick, okay? It's really awful. It's not great. But life continues. It's not comfortable to talk about. It's not, politically correct. But life marches on. Not everything can stop because you are sick. Yeah, guys, I know. It's actually insulting to the person who's sick if you stop everything, if everything else stops around them. That's not how that works. I'm sure that if you asked him, the first person who would say continue the story, find a way to continue that story would be Roman Reigns. He's probably the first one that's all for it. Anyway, again, guys, I can't say enough good things about that main event. What a great match. What a great heel turn that was. Perfectly executed. Loved it. And lastly, guys, I want to talk about Women's Evolution, which is tonight. And if you're like me, I watched all of Raw and all of SmackDown, and by Wednesday, I forgot that Women's Evolution was tonight. Now, is that my fault? Probably not. Is it some sort of marketing error? I assume so, probably because WWE is building up to 17 different shows right now. But this is the sort of flipping of the script that I want to talk about. I think that so much of this is weird right now because I'm still living in the past, where the two main TV shows, Raw and SmackDown, built up to a Sunday show at the end of the month. And those all built up to WrestleMania at the end of the year, or the end of their year. That doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I don't know if that business model no longer is profitable because of the network or whatever. I don't know. I don't have access to their books. The new normal seems to be these super shows across, all over the world, etc. and so forth, these big ticket super shows. And then all these different things happening on the network. There's 9 hours of WWE programming each week. Raw, SmackDown, NXT, NXT UK, Mae Young Classic, Mixed Match, Mixer Matcher, Mixed Match Challenge, 205 Live. Guys, that is a ton of stuff, and you can't possibly watch it all. You can't expect every fan to watch all of that. You can't. If you do, that's insane. And for me, it feels weird, because I do want to watch it all. I do want to see all of this stuff. I really do, but I just can't. So all this is a very long-winded way for me to get into the fact that this is a very, very weird time in media and television right now, with the arrival of Netflix and Amazon Prime and Hulu and YouTube Red and etc. and so forth. There's 1,000 different video on-demand services that are all paid. And looking at something like Netflix, they're hundreds of billions in debt or something like that. It's a lot. In debt. They don't even make a profit. And all of that being said, I think we're in a little bit of a bubble. Media was in a weird spot when digital started to take over, the Netflixes and the Amazon Primes, and people didn't know how to deal with it. So people made things like Crackle and whatever that NBC one was, CISO. You got all this stuff that's no longer with us, because why would it be? And now we're in this spot, guys, where there is just too much TV to watch. There is just too much original programming, and it's a bubble in my opinion. It's gonna have to get scaled back. Like I said, Netflix isn't even making a profit. So where does that leave WWE with all this insane amount of content? Figuring it out. Figuring it out. Just like Netflix, just like Amazon, just like Hulu, all these companies spending millions and millions and billions on content, and maybe nobody watches it. So are we going to get to a point where we scale back, where there's a manageable amount of wrestling to watch? I hope so. In the meantime, do we just have to deal with it? Probably. But the people at WWE are obviously very smart, much smarter than I am, so I'm sure they'll figure out a solution before I do, and when they do, I can't wait. I'm going to be watching the whole time through, but I can't wait till we get to a point where it's more sustainable for everyone. Because right now, it leads to things like this. We've got a great thing happening tonight, the first ever all-women's pay-per-view, and the build-up to it has been lacking. The storylines, aside from Becky and Charlotte, have been lacking. They're doing a disservice to their own talent, because they had to build up to this Saudi Arabia show the whole time. And that being said, I hope that puts a huge chip on all of the shoulders of all the women performing tonight, and they just tear the house down. I can't wait. I'm gonna go now. I wanna play PlayStation. I'm Puppet. Dig it. See ya.